Skin boots on a Saturday night.
Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Black Ops 3 Zombies video. Today, we're going to be going over the identity of the Pentagon thief on theif that was revealed with the Zombies timeline quite a while ago. However, we're not just going to be going over the timeline, since obviously everyone already knows that the Pentagon thief is indeed Yuri, but instead we're going to be taking a look at how Treyarch have shown us that this was Yuri ever since Black Ops 1 originally released. We should have known that it was Yuri for a very long time, but we've only just uncovered it through the timeline, but Treyarch put it slap bang in our faces the entire time and we did not realize it. Now once again, this is another pre-recorded video. I'm currently on holiday for a few weeks, so I do apologize if I'm not staying up to date with any new news or information that has dropped, or if any new trailers have dropped and you're wondering why I've not been covering them. That is indeed why, but I'll be covering absolutely everything once I am back, so do not worry about that. But if you do go on to enjoy this video, by the end of it, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and go for 1,115 likes on today's video, as well as subscribe to the channel so you never miss a future upload here on the channel. Don't forget to turn notifications on to ensure furthermore that you never miss an upload. But with that all out of the way, let's get straight on into the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm first of all going to go over all the information from the timeline in regards to Yuri and in regards to him being the Pentagon thief. As I said, everyone pretty much already knows this from the timeline, but I wanted to make this video because, as I said, it's been slap bang in our faces this entire time and we just haven't really managed to realize it. So I want to start off on January the 19th, 1946. This is where the United States and the Soviet Union share the resources recovered from Group 935's various research stations. Richtofen's diary is among the items recovered by the Soviet Union. Then on January the 27th, 1946, the Pentagon hires many former Group 935 scientists in an effort to replicate their work. On January the 29th, 1946, as with their US counterparts, the Soviets hire many former Group 935 scientists. Among them is Harvey Yenia, who forms the Ascension Group. On July the 29th, 1952, the Pentagon begins experiments involving their own versions of the undead. On May the 12th, 1955, the US government transfers a number of Element 115 experiments to the Groom Lake facility. On October the 19th, 1955, Gersh and Yuri begin working for the Ascension Group. April the 23rd, 1956, aka Shangri-La, explorers Brock and Gary discover Shangri-La. During an eclipse, they're unwittingly trapped in a time loop. Sally, sent back in time from 2011, is trapped in the same loop. Ultimus arrives in Shangri-La with the help of Brock and Gary. They acquire the focusing stone. On June the 3rd, 1959, the Pentagon constructs their own prototype teleporter and commences experimentation. On March the 13th, 1962, studying Group 935's medical elixir research, the Ascension Group develops PhD Flopper and Stamina Up. On November the 11th, 1962, Gersh begins work on Project Thunder. On December the 12th, 1962, Gersh and Yuri begin work on the Gersh device, codenamed Project Mercury. On June the 15th, 1963, the Pentagon begins development on their own version of the Wonder Wolf DG2. On August the 17th, 1963, the Pentagon begins development on their own version of the Winter's Howl. On October the 28th, 1963, aka Kino de Toten, from Der Rees, Ultimus teleports to Kino. This marks the first time Ultimus travels across space and time. Temporal rifts occur across dimensions. In light of these developments, Monty feels obligated to step in and begins to make changes in the background across time. He helps Group 935 invent perk machines. He adds chalk drawings to walls, little nudges.
The minute you people teleported for the first time, you changed the rules. How am I supposed to keep track if you keep moving the pieces? Even when you were just a little problem brewing in the far corner of existence, I tried to throw you a bone or two. I told you this, didn't I? The magic box of weapons, the little clues here and there. I always tried to give you a little help without drawing too much attention to myself. The thing is, though, I can't just magic things out of thin air. I have to manipulate things that already exist in your reality. Like the perk drinks. They were something originally cooked up by Group 935. I just used them for my own ends. I honestly don't even know how they work. I swear. As for the songs, don't get me started.
Ultimus locates a lunar lander and flies to the Ascension facility. On October the 29th, 1963, Gersh informs the senior staff that Yuri has been removed from Project Mercury and has been transferred to rocket research. On October the 29th, 1963, Yuri begins to notice the appearance of children's toys around the facility. On November the 1st, 1963, upon reading Richtofen's diary, Yuri begins to hear Samantha's voice. Over several days, her voice will consume him, driving him to the brink of insanity. She orders him to resume work on the Gersh device. He obeys. On November the 4th, 1963, Gersh announces to the committee that Project Thunder is nearing completion. Gersh reveals Yuri may need to be removed from Ascension entirely, having observed his being hostile towards other scientists and frequently observed muttering to himself. On November the 5th, 1963, obeying Samantha's wishes, Yuri tricks Gersh into activating the Gersh device. The rift created absorbs him and allows Samantha to travel through. Yuri is also absorbed and transported to the Pentagon, and that's how he became the Pentagon Thief. He obviously becomes the Pentagon Thief, and then he starts stealing our weapons so that he can collect 115 to power the Casimir mechanism. And obviously he has all the numbers and everything like that, essentially the corruption surrounding him. Then on November the 19th, 1963, in an effort to avoid another undead outbreak, the US government creates the Broken Arrow program, establishing several facilities across the country. The Groom Lake program is folded into Broken Arrow. And then the storyline goes so on and so forth from there, but it's irrelevant to the topic that I wanted to discuss within today's video, because I saw an interesting post by a guy over on Reddit called RayGunner256 titled "The identity of the Pentagon Thief was in our faces this entire time," and I will leave a link to the original Reddit post if you want to go ahead and check it out down in this video's description. I would highly recommend going ahead and checking it out if you want to read it for yourself. As I said, full credit goes to RayGunner256 for noticing this, but the post reads as follows. So today, after hopping on Black Ops 3, I went to go play Nact. I stared at the loading screen and started to notice some things that I just really didn't think about until the timeline was posted. So the earliest date on the timeline is 1943. The picture associated with it is a room full of boxes with the Russian hammer and sickle. The image below it is a man coming out of a portal with numbers as well. Let's ignore this for now. The next date is 1959 and is accompanied with Russian scientists working with science above. This could refer to a time before Samantha contacted Yuri, which leads to the next picture with an unspecified date in which a scientist is speaking to a figure which the images in front resemble a girl. I'm thinking it's Samantha. Then 1964, which is around the Cuban Missile Crisis, and 5, and shows an image of a man shuffling towards something and leads me to the final image of the man coming out of the portal with numbers, which is on the map 5. The man is Yuri. The first image on the left and the last on the bottom right have the same image of a man, but one is silhouetted. The two scientists we know specifically from the A group were Gersh and Yuri, but it couldn't have been Gersh because of the Easter egg, but Yuri was off somewhere else, which could be the only one left to be on the loading screen to be teleported to 5. The wording may sound crazy to sum it up. Yuri was the remaining scientist we knew of not present in the Ascension Easter egg, and the loading screen from Nact suggests a person was teleported to an area with numbers and the only place is 5. I don't know if anyone else has posted or thought about this, just wanted to post this, thank you. So that's the conclusion to the post, essentially saying that the information that we learned from the timeline that Yuri is actually the Pentagon Thief was displayed within the Nacta Untoten loading screen within Black Ops 1. The Nacta Untoten loading screen was never relevant to Nacta Untoten, it was always relevant to 5 and Ascension, and it displayed essentially how Yuri became the Pentagon Thief. But until we got the timeline, we just didn't manage to piece the puzzles together, but now we finally can. So this Easter egg, this secret, whatever you want to call it, about the true identity of the Pentagon Thief was in our faces this entire time, and I bet Trent were just there laughing like, haha, people has been speculating about this for ages. It's point blank in your face, you just haven't realized it. But yeah, it's good to see that it's all canonized with the timeline and everything like that. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Black Ops 3 Zombies news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.